one of the things I thoroughly enjoy is bringing on school members. We have Nathan here, who's been real estate investor for quite a while, has a very interesting background, he was in the Marine Corps, was an appraiser, did some flipping, went through the '08 crisis. We will talk about that. And of course, we'll talk about what he's doing now. Nathan, thank you for being here. Thank you for saying yes. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Just outside my backyard trying to enjoy this expensive California weather that we have. So,
Yeah, LA County does have a weather tax, and you're enjoying it right now. It is the middle of December, so it's pretty funny. But let's actually go back. And one of the things I'd love to talk about, because so many people talk about '08, not a lot of people really went through it, and I
mhm.
think we'd be remiss if we didn't acknowledge, that '08 was painful for a lot of people, and taught a lot of people some expensive lessons. So I know you went through it and learned some lessons. So let's highlight those to start off the conversation.
So the first lesson that I learned was, for me personally, I was going really big the whole time, and I was just killing it with everything that I did, and I felt like I was an unstoppable. I was in
I
my twenties,
remember.
just out of the Marine Corps. I was gung ho and kicking ass, and I was an
Yeah.
appraiser, so I was understanding the value and where it was going, and I did get caught with my pants down holding too many properties and ended up losing pretty much everything that I had gained.
Yeah.
But I learned a couple of valuable lessons, which is to slow down. This isn't a race. I know on YouTube, getting 36 doors in a year is an impressive story, but I built that up in maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
Um, and I found that to be more rewarding. Um,
Yeah. I love that. I mean,
oh,
sometimes it's when you're young and dumb, you just don't know, and then you touch the hot stove and learn. The,
mhm,
the whole thing about real estate, and it's been true for hundreds of years, is you build wealth slowly. It's with time.
yep.
And everybody I know who really, kind of turbocharged it, there's an ending, and it's typically not pretty. So yeah, it's a lesson that sometimes we have to learn. So, but you're better for it.
hmm And the other big thing that I've been thinking about since you asked me about that earlier was, when it's corrupt,
Yeah.
and I could see it everywhere. As an appraiser, I saw it being pushed for value,
Yeah.
and I saw brokers buying and selling with amongst friends and locations and driving values. I saw all kinds of things, people getting the loans that we've all heard about, but there was a lot going on. The industry was completely rife with fraud. And when you see that going on, that's a good indicator that it might be a good time to, you know,
The party's gonna end eventually.
yeah,
Yes.
rein it
Yeah.
in. Not to be a doomer, I absolutely am not. I bbelieve there's a deal in all markets.
Yeah.
So
I
the
I
phase
love
we're
that.
in right now, I am buying less,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
but because it's harder to cash flow.
Yeah. Again, people often hear me rail against the doomers, and rightly so. I think many of them are just Jerry Springer trying to get paid. But I don't. It is affordability sucks. It's hard, but that
Mhm.
doesn't give you permission to do nothing. In fact, you probably should work harder. Right?
Yep.
Write more offers, follow up more often, because the deals are out there. There are motivated sellers out there. And
hmm
that's where I disagree with them, because they're just killing hope,
I
which is
think that the deals are going to be more in your value add right now.
of
So
course.
for me being a contractor, that was a big advantage in my
Mm.
life. It still is because that's the only way that I can. I'm doing a cash deal right now, and that's the only way that I can make the numbers work. Because if I even tried to finance in a hard money lender,
Oh,
it's too
yeah.
skinny.
Yeah, it's too skinny. I love the cost of capital is a big deal. Using your cash is a big deal. It's funny you bring this up. I'm working with Convoy Home Loans to do a couple of cash out refis now, because I agree with you. The the way to get deals done in the short term is cash, quick close, and you don't have any carrying costs.
Yep.
And you can get some amazing deals that way. And I'm raising cash right now because I know a lot of people aren't doing it. So I love to compete when nobody's there. So I'm having fun with this.
Yeah, there's definitely the feeling that there's blood in the streets, but I can tell you, I flip houses in the Tulsa market. I'm still making money.
Good for
It's
you.
not like it was before where everything's a W. You have to be very careful and know your market. But
Yeah.
I'm still making money in this mess. So
Yeah, I like it. Well, you actually brought something up earlier that I don't think I've actually interviewed any appraisers. I may have interviewed one before.
mhm.
Um, but do you think, because I always get people always ask me, should I get my real estate license? Does get me my real estate license help me be an investor? I don't know that I've ever asked anybody, should you become a licensed appraiser? Does that give you some kind of leg up or skill that maybe the average investor doesn't have?
So I think that the truth is in the middle on that. I don't think that you need to go all the way, all the length of becoming a full on appraiser. I think that understanding an appraisers and being good at pulling your own comps. Anybody who's in this game should be able to pull comps,
Yeah.
but understanding what an appraiser is actually looking for, limit your parameter to 6 months. If you're going beyond that, they're not using those comps. Keep
Yeah.
them within 3 months if there are plenty of comps. Just know that the most comparable sale, and that's why it's called a comp, is going to be used by the appraiser. And so it's not the comp that you want. It's the one that's going to be the closest in radius to your home. They don't go in the competitor's house to look at what's inside there. They may or may not even look at the pictures online.
Wow.
So they generally will do a drive-by and take their own photo and judge it off of that, the condition of the home compared to yours from the outside. So the inside of your house having granite or butcher's block or whatever kind of finish on your countertops for whatever neighborhood you're in, it should be comparable to that neighborhood. If you're putting granite in Okmulgee, Oklahoma, I think you've over improved. Now I do that because granite for me is cheap to install right now.
Mm,
And so, and it lasts forever.
right.
So it's really not a bad value sometimes. On a long-term rental, it does look nice and
Yeah.
people like seeing it. The kitchen sells the wife. I
Yep.
primarily do 3-bed, 2-bath homes.
There you go.
Um,
Yeah, again, there's something to be said if you can get it done by remnants, whatever it is, get it done cheaply. It could
mhm.
absolutely get a yes answer, and that's where it starts. So it's pretty
Yeah.
smart. You've also
Never build a
mentioned
pool.
never, yeah, don't do pools. No, pool's bad. Yeah, no, no, thank you. But you also mentioned not only you were a appraiser, but you are a contractor now. You've just got this wild background, which is so cool.
hmm So
That
it
gives you
all
a leg up for
just,
sure.
yeah, it all just changed so much after '08 happened that I had to change gears completely. And I work in plumbing, which has been another, like buying Bitcoin back in the day. It was a smart move. So
Yeah, yeah.
nobody went
Plumbers are
into
going to be the new
plumbing.
millionaires. That's what Wall Street
We
said.
are. I don't know plumbers who will go out for in Los Angeles where it's just I do commercial sewage remediation. The starting pay is a couple hundred grand. It's nuts.
Yeah,
So not
yeah,
starting. You got to have 10
yeah.
years, yeah, it's nuts. So I think that now is a good time to get in the trades if you're young and watching this. I mean,
Absolutely.
why go to college when you can go and work for someone cool like me and learn
Yeah,
learn a
exactly. No, I
trade?
think again, I've been doing this for a long time. In my world, I have a pretty deep Rolodex in Fresno after 25 years. But I got to tell you, for every 10 people that retire, there's only 2 people replacing them. And that's a bad recipe. That means prices are going up, labor's going up. So it's time to seriously consider,
hmm
unless you want to be a doctor, lawyer,
Yeah.
engineer, computer scientist, go to college. But there's a lot of you that should consider the trades, I think.
If you want to be a millionaire being a plumbing or electrical contractor, you're pretty much,
Yeah,
I
you're
don't see
set.
you failing.
No, I agree with that 100%. I think Wall Street Journal did a post. This might be 2 months ago that said the new millionaires will be in the trades. Plumbers and electricians were specifically called out, as I recall. So couldn't agree with you more. So as I understand it, also obviously you live where you want, LA County, enjoying the weather taxes you just said, and you're investing in Tulsa, right? Which
Yeah.
is not California. So
Yeah.
live where you want, invest where it makes sense. Tell me about that.
So I spent 5.5 years living in Tulsa. I
Okay.
retired. I sold my business in California. I wanted out. And California there's reasons I don't love it still to be, I'm not gonna get into all of that, but um it doesn't make sense here. Nothing does.
Yeah.
Um and but I love it. It's where I'm from. It's where my kids live. I have a daughter in college here, so
Nice.
this is where I not only want to be, it's where I need to be.
You have a
For
daughter in college?
Yes,
Damn, you look young. Must have been
thank
like
you.
13 or something. It's
Oh, I
crazy.
thank you, thank you. If I take off my hat, I'm bald. So there,
Oh, okay, that's a little signal. There you go.
there
I
you
feel
go.
better. I feel
There
better.
you go.
But, so I'm curious, you lived in Tulsa for 5 years, you invest in Tulsa today. What brought you to Tulsa the first time?
So actually, what brought me to Tulsa was COVID was hitting,
Mhm.
and man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a like a Christian conservative guy, and
Yeah. Okay.
I was drawn to an area that was
Yeah, makes
kind of
sense.
pro that
Yep.
and was cheap and was growing and met all of there was nobody really there that I knew other than one friend from like way back in the Marine Corps who when I got there he was just too out of control to really be in a relationship with like that. But um really I just got plugged into my
Okay.
community through church and meeting people and coaching little league. I love baseball. And so
Nice. Okay.
just being in the community, and that's how I did it. I also have some operations in Louisiana, but that's because I have family and friends there.
Nice.
And so I
Well,
have like
yeah,
systems in place.
this is there's a little secret here because there's a lot of people that watch my channel that live in high priced areas and they go out of state investing, which is clearly what you're doing.
Hmm.
But your leg up is the market. You have relationships there. Because what I always tell people is, Bigger Pockets talks about the core four, right? Real estate agent, banker, lender, all that stuff. And what I always tell people is it's actually core five. And the fifth person is the most important. You got to have people on the ground that will do you a favor without charging you anything. Like get a drive-by, do systems or processes or family. Because again, where I see people go wrong with out-of-state investing is they're relying on people they pay. Not that the
Uh-huh.
people they pay are going to necessarily lie to them, but they're going to tell them the prettiest truth that they can. And that's often very expensive.
It was priceless living there, and I'm glad that we did it. We really just honestly, it's the weather. Hang on, I gotta think. It's the weather, it's the family, it's just
Yeah.
the lifestyle that we have here. Um, there's some things that I lost. We had 10 acres of land and a private shooting range, and just
You don't have that in LA.
yeah, I had all of the redneck fun that a man could handle. And my wife, who's Filipino, just she wanted to be back in LA,
Yeah.
really bad too. Her
Yeah.
family is here,
Yeah, the food,
so.
yeah, I get it, I get it. So again, so when we fast forward to today, you have some units in Tulsa, you have some operations in Louisiana. What
Mhm.
else is going on?
So I just own a primary here in California.
Okay.
And other than that, I'm not interested in renting here anymore.
Mhm. Okay.
Had bad experiences with that. Um, Rental units in Torrance and Gardena for a while.
Yep.
That's South Bay of Los Angeles. And that area is just, if you're a landlord in law, you've talked about this. I don't
Yeah,
need to
not
get
good.
into all the stuff about LA. It's not a place that's landlord friendly. So I
It's
don't.
not even landlord friendly. It's like landlord evil. Right?
You're the
It's like,
enemy, and
yeah,
especially me, the way I look and everything else. I
yeah.
get destroyed in a courtroom. It's happened. I
Yeah.
don't want to do business in where I live. That's for
No, I
sure.
mean, Graham Stephan, another fine gentleman, he's like, "I'm out," right? LA County is
Hmm.
not happening. He's selling everything.
To
So
build anything, man. I work in this.
crazy.
I just went back to work. I was retired. I was forced back to work because of boredom. I thought managing my properties would be enough, but I see it, the bureaucracy. I'm
Oh,
tapping into sewer lines, and it's like I see. I'm the supervisor, so I see the paperwork side of it. I
Yeah,
don't actually do any physical plumbing, but it's a nightmare, man.
yeah, yeah. I can only
um,
imagine. Yeah. Well, let's fast
so
forward. Let's talk. What do you see going forward? 26. You're just right. It sounds like again, cash flow is hard, but you're writing offers, following up, really just doing the daily disciplines that I talk about. Is that kind of fair to say?
yeah, I plan on doing four burr deals this year.
Nice.
That's kind of what I try to do is one or
Yeah. One a quarter.
two
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
quarter. Yeah. The problem in Oklahoma is it's a title abstraction state.
What does that mean?
So an abstract title has to be signed and maintained from the original title going back to the first
Oh,
sale of the property.
wow.
And so like mine had to be sent to an oil field worker that was in Saudi Arabia for a signature. And it's been 2 months and I'm in a cash deal. So I can't spend that money on other things. I'm
Yeah.
locked into this. And that sucks.
All right.
So that
Yeah.
would be where I'm at today is dealing with the
Okay.
slow system
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah. And that's just how they do it there.
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, sometimes you
Yep.
get process headaches for sure. What would you tell new investors? Because I think there's, obviously you're a part of my school community, see the forums, you're active there. So thank you for that. But if
Hmm.
you want to talk to somebody on YouTube, we've already told them, go into the trades, right? It's a way to become a millionaire. I thought that was a good takeaway for somebody new.
Hmm.
What other things would you tell people that maybe only heard of '08 but didn't go through it? What would you tell people today that are maybe scared?
And when there's blood in the streets, that's when money is made. Um,
Amen.
After '08, I was depressed, but I never made more money because in '09, '10, or 2010, 11, I bought properties in the South Bay. And I mean,
Yeah.
I've liquidated in the last couple of years and built a cash portfolio out of that. I mean,
Very, yeah. I
nothing
like
has made me wealthy other than real estate. Everything else I've done, I bought some Bitcoin. That went well. When I tried to day trade it, I lost a lot of money. Um, but
But
and
buy and
that's
hold,
why
buy and hold. Come on, Nathan, buy and hold.
the best investors are dead. So,
Yeah.
um,
That's true. That's a true statement. The best investors are dead because they don't trade. That's very
yeah,
true.
I would
That's
say that my piece of advice to people would be slow down. You need to do a deal, but you don't
yeah,
need to do 10 deals. You need to do the right deal for you. One rental at a time is the best way to start.
I
Start
love
with
that.
20% down and buy
Yeah,
something that's a no-brainer in a good market. I would say B grade
yeah,
um,
I like it.
tenant for a starter. I do D grade. I do C grade. I do
Yeah,
B grade. I do a little bit of everything, but I have a
yeah,
lot of people helping me.
yeah. You wouldn't start
So
there. You wouldn't start at that lower
mhm,
end. That's not a good
mhm.
idea.
That's
Well,
its
I mean,
own animal.
yeah, obviously you're a part of school, so people can message you there. But do you have a
Yep.
social media following or YouTube or Instagram that people could check you out, or you just wanted to come in
No,
and introduce yourself?
I'm a pretty private citizen. And I tell my wife I'm the most broke millionaire you'll meet
Nice.
because I live in a 3-bed, 2-bath house. People just assume I just started working. People don't assume much with me,
Yeah.
and I
You
like
are the
that.
millionaire next door. You're the millionaire next
The
door.
unsuspecting guy that you don't, that's me. Yeah.
There you
But I
go.
feel broke because I think even being worth a couple million today is not really
Yeah.
in Oklahoma it was good, but here no.
Yeah. Well, Nathan, I appreciate you for being a part of this,
Yep,
being a part of school, and just being active there. So thank you for joining. Thank you for your story, and
for sure.
have a wonderful day.
All right, man. Keep cranking out the content.
I certainly will.